Nobody ruins Odenkirk's vacation. So guys, just came out of the sequel to Bob Odenkirk's Nobody 2. Now this is a sequel that I did have some fair anticipation for. I was definitely a surprise sort of fan that definitely had some good attraction to the original film released in 2021, during those times of, lockdown and stuff. It was something, refreshing to catch, and the sequel, have no regrets catching it or anything, but it was one that had a few ideas that were effective enough, like a bonkers climax in a water park, So you've got Odenkirk, his family, Hutch and his family go on vacation to what's known as Plumberville, and you've got, obviously, as advertised, a bit of Colin Hanks being a bit of a villain here as a sheriff, and you've got Sharon Stone in here. She's a bit of a nut job, but maybe the movie could have done a bit more with her in here. But overall, the action, the film technique is all still there throughout the sequel. That stuff manages not to disappoint throughout the sequel. So if you're going in expecting to see all of that, you're totally going to get it. Odenkirk mentioned that the movie was going to deliver on old school action choreography. Absolutely did. But this one just lays too much heavily on the comedy more than the grit and originality of the original film. So for this one, it does fall a little bit short of being one of this year's best films for me. And at the end of the day, it's just a fun, kind of generic sequel, but there is some, good, development between our characters here when you've got some newcomers and you've got some moments between Odenkirk and Nielsen, the impact it has on his family, but there's plenty of laughs to be had, and there's plenty of, serious moments between, the family dynamic that still holds up here. And, you're going to still get plenty of moments with RZA and Christopher Lloyd as well, don't worry about that. But overall, it's just kind of a typical sequel that doesn't quite have the same wit, the same charm as the original to the same degree. It's not quite as great a sequel, but it's a fun sequel that knows exactly what it wants to deliver to its fans, to the audience that go in expecting this kind of action-packed thriller. So overall, it's a decent movie. It's a good one to come out of the summer. It's definitely one worth catching that season, and yeah, it captures those vibes. So if it's one that you like, if it's movies you like catching people, and so you want to make your summer worthwhile, definitely go catch this and make it worth your time. Give this 6.6 out of 10.